Sit, turn type, sit. Good boy. Ruff.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
It's Wrestling Rundown with Jay Santy.
Live from New York, it's
Turnbuckle Tabloid.
Been a long week, ladies and gentlemen. I was sitting here waiting for news to pile up and realized that, woof, everything just hit at one time. This is what happens in the wrestling news market with the media. Sometimes you get a slow couple of days and then it'll drag and then poof, you just get a whole bunch of news stories. So I'm going to give you guys the lowdown that's in the rundown that we do here on Wrestling Rundown. As always, I'm your news correspondent, Norm McDonald, and I'm gonna give you Wrestling Rundown's weekend update. Kicking off the rundown, have we gotten used to the cope yet? I haven't. I am not with the cope. Listen, I get it. Adam Copeland decided that that's what he wanted to do. That's the name he wants to use, I guess, to move away from Edge or stuff. But really, the cope? Adam Copeland was not enough for you? A cope, ad cope, Adam Cope, something? Other than that, looks like the cope and what's going down in AEW as of late doesn't seem to be resonating well with some of the fans, so much so that even the AEW fan base has gone to the social medias and shown and shared their disgust of what's going on with that. I've already explained it. For me, I don't watch AEW for storylines anymore. I just watch it for matches. I don't really give a shit anymore, so I'm done with that. I guess it's the way that we have to cope with AEW these days, right? Right. You saw what I did there? Next up, Stunny. You remember her, right? You know, Tammy Sitch, the former valet and wrestling personality, blew up in the 90s and was basically on every guy's wall during that time period. Yeah, she's in jail for vehicular manslaughter, and it looks like she won't be getting out until 2039. Her parole was just recently denied. So, as they say, don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. SmackDown has been said there will be 3 hours until June. Looks as though that the fan base has so far been gravitating to the formula with SmackDown being 3 hours. And though it may be exciting to many, it seems like they're just going to use that until the beginning of summer. Plans could change. depending on how the ratings look from then on. But as of now, that's what they have in order. I kind of like it because it gives more of a feeling to the roster. It opens more of a playground for them, more matches for them, knowing that SmackDown roster is smaller. So I'm glad that they will be doing it for them. But with that being said, that also says that, yeah, they're going to probably ramp up that roster if it stays to 3 hours anyway. So who knows? I like it. I'm okay with it. Congratulations to Sheamus. Sheamus signs a 5-year deal with the WWE. Looks as though he'll be staying there for the long run and possibly retire there. That's what his thoughts and comments were as of late. Also, he's right now in a good storyline program with Braun Breaker, and we're hoping, crossing our fingers, that we get a Sheamus moment in which he wins the IC title so he can complete his triple crown story. So good luck to him, and yeah, it's cool. We get Sheamus for another 5 years. Awesome. Great wrestler. Is Malachi Black done with AEW? As of late, the storyline has been said that, yeah, the Brody King, Buddy Murphy, and Julia Hart has says the voice of the House of Black has been silent. And right now, all they hear is violence. Looks like Malachi Black will be done. It's always been a touch and go thing. Some had said that his contract would have been done some time ago. He went on socials to say that's not true. I guess he was trying to push it forward to say that, to keep it, I guess, kayfabe, or just keep everybody on edge to figure out what's going to happen. But it looks like Malachi Black will be done with AEW. There is some Easter eggs being dropped that Chad Gable recently had said that he needs someone to teach him the ways of the lucha style, the dark craft of the lucha style. And there was something that tied to Malachi Black and Zelina Vega's wrestling school. So maybe, just maybe, that's going to be the return of Malachi. So, well, we shall see. Matt Riddle wins the MLW championship. I don't know why people are surprised by this. Anytime someone who leaves a big promotion like WWE, they land somewhere else and win a big title. Okay, maybe it's not a big title, but wins a company's championship. It happens. Not surprised by this. I don't know why. I saw a couple of people who were in an uproar about it, but I'm like, who gives a shit? Honestly, really? Next up, Darby Allin to go climb a mountain. Yeah, it seems as though that Darby's done with AEW for the time being because he's going to follow his ambition and dream to go climb Mount Everest. Remember last year he was supposed to do the same thing, but due to injury, he had to postpone it and was unable to do said feat. But yeah, he wants to do this now. Right now, in the middle of a great, well, not so great, greatly terrible storyline with the Death Riders, which he's needed. Most likely it's going to be that he comes back and he wins their title. Yeah, but yeah, Darby's going to climb a mountain. Woohoo! Penta debuted 2 weeks ago on Raw and had a resounding praise from people in the industry, but of course the fan base. I thought it went well. He had it looks like he had a spot or two that could have been, botchy here and there, but he was in the ring with a pro. He was in there with Chad Gable, and also the nerves, the excitement, his family being there and such, that could have caused it as well. But even still, they gave him the mic. He spoke in English, spoke in Spanish. I thought it was a great presentation for Penta. The only thing that I hope that they do not do is drop the fucking ball. And as they do with all Latinos and luchadors, they either A, lump them up with all the Latinos, or B, let's see them flip and do this extra stuff for the next 6 weeks, and after that, push you to the side, and then you're in a WWE speed fucking tournament, whatever bullshit. But yeah, that's what I'm hoping does not happen. But let's see what the upswing will be with Penta. Corey Graves is back on TV, especially after his hissy fit that occurred on social media. Corey Graves was not happy with the fact that he was moved, and I hate the word demoted because it's not a demotion. You're on network TV. You're still working, and WWE and NXT are based. Oh, it's the same shit, except it's just a different fucking show. Especially now saying that NXT is going to be equated to the Raw and SmackDown brand. Okay, let's do that. But it seemed as though he was not happy with the fact of being replaced by Pat McAfee, which would be like, dude, you're going to be replaced by Pat for like a few months. And then after that, he's back to fucking college football days. You'll be fine. You should have just taken the gig. But on the flip side, shout out to our boy M2 Inc. We discussed it on Call of the Pinfall this past week. Make sure you check us out on New York Wrestle Media and on that page for that, where we discussed the fact that this actually can be a fucking angle. This actually will be a fun program for WrestleMania to fight for the chair. Who will be the Raw commentator? Get Pat McAfee back into the ring, and we get a returning Corey Graves, who they say is clear to wrestle. So wouldn't that be cool to have them wrestle for the chair? I think so. So hopefully that it is what it is. But also, if it's not, that's not how you do business, dog. Like, to be honest with you, I'm at a spot in my professional life where I'm not happy. And yes, I do wear it on my sleeve, and I do sit there and I do have gripes, and but I'm also in that same mode to where I'm not just sitting there and just letting things flow and leaving other people out in the lurch that I'm not going to be there to support them. I'm going to be there for them. I'm going to help them when they need to. And if the opportunity comes where I can go somewhere off bigger and better, I will. But I just don't sit there and pout and go on social media. Oh, bro, they don't like me anymore. F them. Nah, it doesn't work that way, dog. Put on your big boy pants and just go out there and do your thing, fam. Shit. Bob Uecker, Hall of Fame, WWE announcer for was it WrestleMania 3, right? Yeah. And he made some appearances from time to time there. But Bob Uecker, the voice of Milwaukee Brewers baseball, as well as actor known for not only his role on the TV series Mr. Belvedere, God, I'm old, but also for the movie franchise Major League, passed away at the age of 90. God bless him. Beautiful long life. Funny man. Clean and also filthy. Oh, Lord. If you ever get the chance, go on YouTube, search Norm Macdonald Bob Uecker stories. It'll probably get you to the Howard Stern show, but also Norm had his own separate things. But it's still, listeners, it's hilarious. And Bob Uecker always had like these great lines, and especially when it had to do with baseball. He was fun in many different ways. When you got to hear him in interviews, or even look and listen to his if you get the chance to look up his sit down conversations with Johnny Carson on the Tonight Show, he always has some good anecdotes, and it was really funny, man. May the young man rest in peace. Megan Baines signs a contract with AEW. Good for her. I think that she is not only a force on the indie scene, but she's also progressing very, very well in her her gimmicks and her in-ring ability, and on AEW she should be able to shine there. I'm looking forward to see at her possibilities of being a class act, as they would say, in the women's division there. Excuse me as I sip my ginger ale. Voice gets dry after a while. So yeah, so I think it'll be a great look for her there. Hopefully she should be able to lock horns with the likes of Mercedes Moné, Willow Nightingale, Mariah May, Julia Hart, and all of them over there. She should be well off there. I believe that she's going to be a standout there. She'll be gone in 2 years, ladies and gentlemen. She'll be gone in 2 years. Sabu just announced in a recent GCW event that he will be having his last match, and it will be against Joey Janela. Who said what? Out of all people, Joey Janela? We couldn't get a Rob Van Dam? Couldn't get a Tommy Dreamer? Couldn't get an old ECW original? No one. Sandman, maybe? Okay. No? Okay. Yeah, his last match will be at Joey Janela's spring break, which will be at WrestleMania weekend, which is good because he'll be there and be around all the fans and such. He's been out of action, I believe, for the past 4 years due to health conditions, but let's see how he will be going out, and will he be going out in style? I don't think so at all. Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry was the TNA World Heavyweight title. Congratulations to him. Finally, it's been a year and somewhat coming. He defeats Nick Nemeth for the title at Genesis, and I'm glad that everybody else is glad that they're happy. I like Joe Hendry. I'm not saying that he's washed or anything like that. He's a cool dude, good guy. But like I said, it's just you got to ride the wave, right? Got to ride it. By the way, we are going to see him at Rumble, right? Gotta be happening, right? Gotta be. Congratulations to Joe, finally. Out of nowhere, we have seen reports and some news stories to say that Lince Dorado has made his return to WWE. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Lince Dorado, the Puerto Rican luchador, makes his return. You know, Puerto Ricans always got to look out for each other. They got to shout each other out. But Lince Dorado has made his return to WWE through he was at a dark show for NXT, and has been reported that he will be a trainer at the Performance Center. Good to hear. That's nice. That's good. It also gives the thoughts and possibilities of maybe we're going to see more luchadors coming out through NXT. So he'll be there for that as well. And also be a part of the development of young stars coming through that doorway. So congratulations to him, man. Britt Baker done with AEW. Yeah, I was going to mention with Megan Bayne that she should have a great match with Britt Baker, but wait, what? She might be done with looks like, yeah, Britt Baker might be done with AEW. Seems like there's been some tension going on between Britt and the crew, especially with Tony Khan. There has been discussions and talks that they are tired of her shenanigans and her locker room fodder. We recently heard there was an incident between her and MJF. There's been rumors that her prior relationship with Adam Cole may have been more dirtier than we expect, than people thought. It seems as though that there was some accusations of cheating. We're not here for rumors. We just want to know the facts. But yeah, it seems as though that she's done with the company as of the, I guess the postings now. There was something that they did recently. They shadily posted on social media a video of her in a match, and basically the match had her getting her ass whipped. And I was like, oh, And that's not a good look. It's not a good look. But it's funny because she had been dealing with health issues as they mentioned before, and then like I said, with the breakup of Adam Cole, maybe there was some mental anguish that went through that as well, understandably speaking. But the other aspect is you got to think about this. Does she really need to wrestle? I know she loves to wrestle. She wants to wrestle, but she's a dentist. She can make that bread. Like, if she wants to focus on her practice, right? She wants to focus on that practice, she'll be able to still handle that. Like, she's a dentist. Like, all right. Everybody gotta go to the dentist sometime in their life. She gonna always have work. So I don't know whether or not if there's automatically going to be this, oh, she's going to go to WWE. No, she's not. You think that they really want to deal with headaches? And maybe it's the CM Punk thing. Who knows? Don't know. We don't know. But as of now, it looks like there's nothing in the cards for her. Same to be said for Ricky Starks and for Ray Phoenix. There's no nothing in the cards and booking for the two wrestlers as well. Ricky Starks, who it is said may have approached Tony Khan for his release and was denied. And Ray Phoenix, who was biding his time with the injury that was tacked onto his contract, looks like he'll be out of his contract maybe around late June, mid-July. So, yeah. And who's to say that Tony Khan's not a petty person, right? At the end of the day, business is business. You got to do what you got to do. Everybody talks about it's a family here. We will never do that to somebody. Sips ginger ale. Simpson's ginger ale. Good. Next up, Josh Alexander is a free agent. I'm calling horse shit. And the reason why is because of what the main event is coming up for this rundown. But I'm calling horse shit because the way that he had his last promo for TNA, I believe that there's something fishy going on with that. I'm not quite sold on the fact that he is totally done with the company, but we shall see. Netflix subscriptions will increase in the next few months. I know everybody's like, really? Why? Because of WWE? No, because that's what Netflix chooses to do because they could fucking do it. They got you by the balls, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Especially with the whole fact that now, everybody fucking sits there and gives their fucking links and their emails and passwords to everybody. So they're going to be like, fuck it. If you're going to keep doing it, we're going to raise the prices on you jaggalopes. So that's what's happening. Listen, you have the choice. Either you pay it or you don't. You just don't watch it. But all I have to say is, honestly, with the Netflix, the Raw on Netflix so far has been running beautifully for me. I've been good. I'm having no hiccups, no buffering, nothing. I'm good. So keep it up, guys. And might not be a fan of the increase, but what are you gonna do? It's like New York City with this MTA nonsense when they talk about, oh my God, MTA is gonna raise the prices again. Yeah, of course they are. They can do whatever the fuck they want. They're always in a surplus, so they don't matter. They're always in the black. They're good, right? And they know that transit, they have them by the ball, like the city by the balls, because you got to go everywhere in the city using transit because with the cars there's no parking, so it's fine. But at least with Netflix, you can choose to cancel. But for us, we got to use the fucking subways. All right, let me get off my podium. I'm done with that. Alexa Bliss's return has been on hold. And I didn't know it was getting this scandalous. Seems as though that Alexa Bliss return was put on hold due in part to the fact of a contract dispute. It seemed that the cards were lined up for her to return on the Raw in San Jose, but yeah, yeah, about that. Seems as though that Alexa Bliss came in contact with the higher ups and wanted a more flexible contract and some money. She hasn't been in the ring for what, 2 years, and you're coming back to say I'm on the contract and I want to change my contract. Listen, I ain't mad at anybody that want to get that bag. Go get your money. You're good. That's fine. But at the same time, you haven't been in the ring for 2 years. We don't know what you're looking at. We don't know how the crowd is going to react to you. We don't know whether or not, they even give a, they care. At the same time, let's look at it like this. The climate for women's wrestling in WWE has been elevating, right? With that being said, do you now see what's on the cards, what's on the horizon for you guys? Yo, Jordan Grace is popping up. Masha Slamovich just showed her face in NXT. Stephanie Vacour and Julia are killing it over there. All the other ladies that's in there, Lash Legend, Jada Parker, like there are, and Cora Jade, Roxanne Perez. That crop of women is ready to freaking blow up and go to the main roster. They ready to do business there. Then the one that's on the main roster already, Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, possibly returning Becky Lynch, Charlotte's returning. Alexa, like, honestly, do you really want to do this now? Because it might not be the right time because people might not care. If they don't honor your contract, then I guess you can go home or go with another company. I'm just saying. But we'll see. We'll see how this plays out because it's very, very interesting how that occurred. When I heard it, I was like, really? That's a ballsy move. I respect her gangster for it, but yeah. Closing out our Wrestling Rundown segment for this week, the WWE and TNA's partnership. I'm gonna say kind of saw this coming. I know it's more tied to NXT more than anything, but come on. We all know what this is. This is just a portal opening for other things to happen, the mashups to occur. We're ready. We're about to see a civil war or versus going on in here. We're ready to see the crossovers happening. Cora Jade is already challenging people on TNA. We're already looking at to see about, like, once again, Joe Hendry popping up at Royal Rumble. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if Nick Nemeth showed up. And not Dolph Ziggler. Nick Nemeth, the man formerly known as Dolph Ziggler, pops up at Royal Rumble. I'll be hyped for that shit. Not for nothing. That would be cool as shit. But it seems as though that they had tested the waters early on. I remember a lot of people were questioning, and maybe I questioned it myself, but not really, where they were sending the low card wrestlers to TNA early on. And I guess this was just them testing the waters to see what the reception would be like. And they found that the fan base was really into it. I must agree that I think that this is a great business dealing for wrestling. I think it's not going to be I don't believe it should be a total takeover, although there is discussions that will WWE buy TNA, which will be interesting. That could be an interesting thing, but that's a conversation for another day. We'll save that for cutting a promo. But at this time right now, I think the partnership does very much of a benefit for both parties, the NXT and TNA. The crossover appeal will get more people trying to find TNA again on Access, or just get the app, do more promotion for the app. We had Axiom compete in TNA the night before, and I think that it's a testament to what the the genre, the era of wrestling is now. We're now seeing this opening, and plus, it kind of closes the door with AEW's partnership with them. Wasn't shit anyway because they didn't do much with it. It seemed as though that AEW was the one that pretty much benefited out of all that and didn't do anything for TNA. My only problem is with this is like it kind of gets foggy at certain time frames when it comes to not time frames, but in booking, because every owner, booker, creative wants to put their person over. So how do we do the 50-50 on this? How is it that, we want to make sure that our talents look stronger or look better? So that's going to be the interesting aspect of this. Also, I do want to see that the TNA partnership helps to elevate both brands right now. I want there to be more eyes on the product now and not just have it to be that the reason why they're doing this is just for one shot. No, I want it to be that, that we probably get an invasion angle, or we get a one-off and then let them separate and come back again and then we'll do it again. Like, it doesn't have to be a consistent synergy. It could be like, let them butt heads, give it a few months, cool down, and then bring it back again, like that kind of thing. It sparks things up. I like that. So let's see if we could be able to do that with the wrestling landscape right now. It should be a very, very fun experience for the fans to be able to see this. It's we already know this would have never happened on the Vince. No way. Fuck no. But this is good business, and I respect it, and I'm hoping for big outcomes with this. But other than that, guys, thanks for listening to Wrestling Rundown. We got much more on the table for this week. If you guys didn't catch it on New York WrestleMania, I did a interview for Under the Ring Apron with our boy referee Angel Cruz, also known to us at Turnbuckle Tabloid as Good Dad Angel. He stops in to discuss his progression these past few years, trying to break into the business as a referee, formerly an independent wrestler. Now he wants to get in the game as a referee, and he's discussing that. Yeah, there's a lot of similarities between wrestling and refereeing, and what he has to do, balancing his personal life with his professional life as well. So it's a great conversation. Shout out to the boy, our brother, for checking in. And as always, much more. So, guys, don't go anywhere. Stick around. Much to talk about on this week's episode of Turnbuckle Tabloid on our way to 500. So, be there for that. Don't go anywhere. Stick around. Much to talk about. See you guys in a second.
2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
Sit, turn type, sit. Good boy. Ruff.